Hey everyone, welcome back to Noiseberry Games. So I just finished playing the game at Death's Door. I bought it for myself because I really liked the look of it, and I wasn't originally planning on doing a video on it because I don't usually do videos on games I buy myself, but I enjoyed it so much that I really wanted to talk about it. So Death's Door, I would basically describe it as like a more old school Zelda game, you know, something a bit closer to like Link to the Past probably, meets Dark Souls, but you play as a bird. And I mean, it's bird souls with some Zelda. Like, it sounded awesome, the screenshots looked awesome. I remember I saw a bit of it in an Iron Pineapple video. He was talking about a bunch of different Souls-like games. He has a really good series where he just looks at lesser-known Souls-likes. And this was on there, and it looked awesome, and shortly after that video it went like 20% off on Steam, so I thought I would give it a try, why not? The price put me off a little bit because a lot of the, or like the how long to beat page says that like one playthrough will take like 7 hours, but the art style looked so good, and in the Iron Pineapple video he said that like it controlled so smoothly that I thought it was worth paying a little bit more just to give it a go, and I absolutely loved it. I can confirm that it feels so good to control your little bird souls fella is so responsive. You can rebind the controls to make it more like Dark Souls, which obviously I did, so it just felt really good for me to play. I actually went past the how long to beat estimate. I think I think it says like 7 hours for one playthrough, and then like a 100% playthrough is like 9 or 10 hours or something. So I got 100% in my first save file. I think old Zelda games used to do that. They would have like a completion or something like that. So I 100%ed the save file, which is just, it's getting the true end and getting like all the collectibles, that kind of thing. But after my first playthrough, I was still missing 2 achievements. So I have motivation to go back and do one more playthrough, which I'm very excited about. And to do that first playthrough with 100%ing the save file, took me 11.3 hours. So I'll probably get another like 6 hours out of it doing my next playthrough. Unfortunately, one of the achievements I have to get is you have to play the entire game using the worst weapon in the game. So it might actually take a lot longer than 6 hours. So I'm definitely getting my money's worth for this game. It's one of those games where when I wasn't playing it, I was just thinking about playing it, and that's been kind of rare for me recently, I guess. Especially for a game that's, you know, in this Souls-like genre, they're usually a little bit stressful to play, but I found myself wanting to play it so much. I think I bought it on like the holiday Monday here. It was like Thanksgiving Monday. I bought it and then had to go to work the next day, and like the whole day at work I was like, just want to play Death's Door, man. So it is an awesome game, but it does have some flaws. Like a lot of Souls-likes, it is a Metroidvania. You get like skills throughout the game, and you can upgrade these skills. And like the whole time you're wandering around, like even in the opening area, there's parts of the opening area where you need like one of the late game skills to be able to traverse and progress through. So there is like a lot of backtracking, and the levels are really, really big, and all of the time I found myself really wishing there was some sort of map system in the game. Like I don't think a mini map would work well because it is like 3D isometric instead of like a 2D Metroidvania like Metroid. But like I really wish there had been like some like map system in the game where like you could open up a map and like maybe put like little pins down on, because, you know, in the first area you would see like, oh, I need, you know, here's a wall I can't destroy until much later in the game. Here, I'll put a little pin down on my map so I'll remember where it is and how I can get back to it later. So yeah, a mini map in this game would have been tremendous. It's possible it could still be added. I would be surprised though. It's been out for a couple of months, I think, at the time of this video. Another issue I had with the game is that, you know, for better or worse, grinding for souls is just impossible in this game because the regular enemies give you so few souls. I think most enemies give you like 2 to 4 souls, and to level up your abilities, your stats, like your strength and stuff like that, need between 400 and 1500 souls. So basically the only way you're getting enough souls to level up is from killing bosses or mini bosses. So that's, yeah, I wish there'd been like a bit more balance with the regular enemy soul drops, because sometimes, especially when I'm going to be doing this terrible weapon playthrough, it would be nice to be able to upgrade different skills a lot faster. You just don't have that option when regular enemies drop 2 souls. So yeah, I would have liked regular enemies to give a few more souls just to make it an option to grind for souls if you wanted to. Like right now, you just don't have the choice. I think those were the 2 biggest issues I had with the game. Like otherwise, like I said, I really loved playing it. Interestingly enough, there's also no penalty for dying apart from you respawn back at like your last checkpoint. So like even though it is a Souls-like, you don't lose your souls on death, or you don't drop your souls on death. So it's quite forgiving like that. You don't have to worry about dying to enemies too much. The only penalty is you know, all the enemies will respawn, but they're all pretty easy to run past. So there's no real downside to dying in this game, which is also, you know, good and a bad thing. I have seen a lot of like comments saying that like a difficulty slider or like difficulty options would be helpful in this game. I actually found this game pretty easy. As someone who's played a lot of Dark Souls, I think people who don't have that Souls-like experience will probably struggle with this, especially if they're like coming to it from like a more Zelda point of view instead of like a Souls point of view. I definitely still died a lot in some of the bosses, but I guess not a lot. I think like most bosses, it probably took me like 4 or 5 goes to figure out the boss pattern. But yeah, overall I found it fairly easy. Like challenging still, but very, very possible. Very, very doable for me. I will say the boss fights are really awesome because so many times, like the first time I would fight a boss, I would just get like stomped in like the first couple of moves, and then I would go back to fight the boss, and they would do those moves, and I would know the pattern of like the opening moves, and I'd be able to dodge them, and then die like a little bit later on, and by like the 4th or 5th attempt, I would get hit like once or twice and just quite easily destroy the boss. So it's really good for feeling like you're learning each time you die. Big fan of that. The game's got a really good sense of humor too. The writing is really funny, the dialogue's very good, and like the names that pop up when you fight the bosses are sometimes very funny as well. I will also say that I played the majority of the game blind. I found it quite manageable to play through blind. But then the post game, as you're trying to get the true ending of the game, is so incredibly vague. I absolutely needed like a full walkthrough for the entirety of the post game. I don't think I would have figured all of it out on my own at all. It's yeah, it was really difficult to figure out anything past the final boss. But I didn't have a problem with that. Like I used, basically I would beat each level blind and then have a look at a walkthrough and see like if there were any secrets I've missed in it. So I found that just very rewarding, I guess, to see that I had managed to find most of the secrets myself on a first playthrough. So ultimately, yeah, I really liked this game. It's currently sitting at 94% positive reviews on Steam. That's not surprising to me. It's really awesome. There's so much charm and stuff to this game. Just I will reiterate that a map in here would be amazing, especially like a more interactive map, like especially if like your character would, it would always show like a "you are here" on the map, and if you could put down map markers, that would be so great. But even without it, I still had a great time, and I'm eagerly waiting to hop back in and do my terrible weapon run to see how well that goes. There you go, those were just some of my thoughts on the game Death's Door. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!